It's Monday, May 14th, 2007. There are just 540 days left until the 2008 presidential election. It's noon in New York, 9 a.m. in Portland, Oregon. I'm Will, and you're watching Political Lunch. Welcome back to Political Lunch. You may notice that I have some extra elbow room at the desk here. Rob, my co-host, is out for a few days due to a family emergency. Rob, all of us here at Political Lunch send you and your family our best and hope to have you back here at the desk soon. Now, for all of you eager for our report on the political futures market, you're going to have to wait for that one too, as Rob is the expert on that. But in the meantime, I'll try to keep you up to date with everything going on in the 2008 White House race, so let's get to it. Hopefully you remembered that yesterday was Mother's Day. Now, I went the traditional route. I sent my mom some flowers. Senator John McCain went a different route with an online video to his wife and children and about 300 million other people. Now, it went a little long, was maybe a little bit opportunistic, but all in all, points for creativity. Here's a clip.
Happy Mother's Day, Cindy. You've done a marvelous job with our children. We're so proud of Megan, who is graduating from Columbia, which will be some economic relief. And, of course, Jack at the Naval Academy, who continues to do far better than any of his forebears, any of his three forebears. And Jimmy, who continues to be a happy and dedicated warrior in the United States Marine Corps. And our dear, beloved Bridget, who is doing so well in school, and who has blessed our life thanks to your finding her in Mother Teresa's orphanage in Dhaka some 15 years ago. So happy Mother's Day. You can be very proud that you are a wonderful, wonderful mother, and I'm proud of you.
Yesterday, Senator McCain also appeared on Meet the Press with Tim Russert. Now, come to think of it, you couldn't swing a cat yesterday morning without bumping into a presidential candidate taking a spin on the Sunday morning talk show circuit. Mark Kilmer over at Red State Review, that's redstate.com, offers a worth-reading recap of all the 5 Sunday morning programs. Now, Red State Review bills itself as, let's see, conservative news and community. So you're not getting an unbiased look, but still there's some good work being done there. Perhaps most notable was Senator Barack Obama's appearance on ABC's This Week with George Snuffleupagus. And while he did an adequate job of appearing confident and presidential, Obama whiffs big time with this softball question.
What's the most difficult crisis you've had to manage in your public life?
Well, the truth is, in my public life as a legislator, most of the difficult tasks have been to build consensus around hard problems. And what I think the country needs more than anything right now is somebody who has the capacity to identify areas of common interest, common good, build a consensus around it, and get things done.
That is part of the job. There's no question about it. But you know a big part of the job of a president is what you do in a crisis, the crisis you didn't expect.
Right.
And you've never really ever had to deal with something like that, right?
Well, what I think is absolutely legitimate is that my political career has been on the legislative side and not in the executive branch.
Loyal Political Lunch viewers will remember that a couple of weeks back, we gave GOP longshot Ron Paul some grief for an equally dismal response to that same question. It's sort of like interview prep 101. There are questions you know you might get, so you might as well have an answer. And then there was Chuck Hagel on Face the Nation yesterday morning. In a characteristically candid performance, the former Nebraska senator and rumored GOP candidate expressed his displeasure with the Republican Party and went so far as to say that he was considering a third-party bid with New York Mayor Mike Bloomberg. Now, Jeremy Divell over at chargingrhino.blogspot.com bills itself as a centrist voice in a period of extremism. Jeremy has the scoop on this one. I think the theme for 2008 is shaping up to be the more the merrier, and at least for me, I hope Mike and Chuck put their money where their mouth is on this one. Now, last week we told you that Mike Bloomberg has relaunched his campaign website, the one he used in 2001 and 2005, running for mayor. Even though all signs point to the contrary, he insists he's not running for president. But it's worth noting that a New York Daily News poll puts Mayor Mike way ahead of Mayor Rudy. That's Rudy Giuliani, a current GOP frontrunner. So while Bloomberg insists he's not running, at least among New York voters, he'd win. Now, one candidate who wasn't on the Sunday talk shows was Senator Hillary Clinton. Perhaps she was busy getting ready for her big event today. New York Governor Eliot Spitzer is holding an endorsement rally on her behalf. And along with the rally, the Clinton campaign is launching a text message effort to keep their supporters informed of the latest from Hillary HQ. Now, last year, Americans sent 160 billion text messages. So it's almost surprising that it's taken this long for political candidates to get a piece of the action. Tomorrow night, South Carolina will host the second GOP presidential debate. All 10 Republican candidates will be back on the stage, but this time the host is Fox News, and the moderator is Fox News anchor Brit Hume. The first GOP debate was a contest for conservative cred, and given the details this time around, you can expect more of the same. One thing to look for tomorrow night is a possible mea culpa from former Wisconsin Governor Tommy Thompson, who said in the first debate that businesses should be allowed to fire gay employees. Now, since then, Thompson has bent over backwards to retract that statement, going so far as to tell the AP that during the question he was distracted by a malfunctioning hearing aid and, oh yes, he had to go to the bathroom. Thanks for joining us on this edition of Political Lunch. We'll see you Wednesday for a recap of tomorrow night's GOP debate. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.